Welcome to Screen Scan. In today's episode, we'll delve into the 2015 movie titled The Lobster. Be prepared for spoilers as we explore its narrative. Stay alert and enjoy the journey. Let's begin our exploration. In a future world where the norms of society are radically different from our own, the story unfolds in a grim setting where being alone is not just frowned upon but outright illegal. In this bleak society, the rules are clear. Everyone must be part of a couple. The pressure to conform to this standard is immense, as individuals without a partner are not just marginalized but face severe legal repercussions. The law mandates that people must be accompanied by their romantic partners at all times, underlining the societal belief that personal value is tied to one's relationship status. This unusual requirement reflects the extreme measures the society has taken to eliminate singleness, painting a vivid picture of a world where individuality is suppressed in favor of enforced partnerships. For those unfortunate enough to find themselves without a significant other, the state intervenes by sending them to a peculiar institution, a special hotel dedicated to ensuring that its residents find a new partner within a strict deadline of 45 days. The hotel operates under a set of strict rules and procedures designed to facilitate romantic connections, albeit in a highly regulated and artificial manner. Individuals who are unable to form a new romantic bond are subjected to a process that turns them into an animal of their choice. This surreal penalty is carried out using an unspecified but advanced technique, illustrating the lengths to which this society will go to enforce its ideals of compulsory companionship. The narrative begins with a shocking and perplexing scene that sets the tone for the film's exploration of themes related to conformity, love, and the value of individual choice. A woman is seen driving to a remote field, where she encounters a group of small donkeys. With a calm and deliberate action, she shoots one of the donkeys dead, leaving viewers to ponder the significance of this act and its connection to the broader story. At the heart of the film is David, an architect grappling with the recent end of his marriage. His wife's departure for another man triggers the enforcement of the society's harsh rules against being single, forcing David into the surreal environment of the hotel. David's journey is further complicated by the presence of his dog, Bob, who serves as a constant reminder of the stakes involved. Bob was once David's brother but was transformed into an animal as a result of his own failure to maintain a romantic relationship. Upon arrival at the hotel, David undergoes a bureaucratic process that includes paperwork and an interview, highlighting the cold and impersonal approach the society takes towards relationships. The interview reveals the hotel's criteria for compatibility, which is based on superficial traits, in David's case, his short-sightedness. This requirement underscores the society's simplistic and mechanical view of what makes relationships work. David's interaction with the hotel staff, including the manager and her husband, further illustrates the regimented and artificial nature of the process individuals must navigate in their quest to find a partner. The discussion about his choice of animal should he fail to find a match reveals David's unique perspective and values, distinguishing him from others who might choose more common or less thought-provoking options. His preference for a lobster, based on attributes such as longevity, fertility, and a personal connection to the sea, reflects his depth of thought and individuality, qualities that stand in stark contrast to the conformist pressures of the society around him. This expanded synopsis delves deeper into the dystopian world of The Lobster, offering viewers a clearer understanding of the film's setting, characters, and thematic concerns. It paints a vivid picture of a society obsessed with romantic partnership, willing to go to extreme lengths to enforce its ideals, and introduces viewers to the protagonist's unique perspective and the challenges he faces in navigating this world. As David settles into the hotel's peculiar environment, he encounters one of its many odd regulations. To deter masturbation, the hotel staff, specifically a maid, secures one of his hands in handcuffs. This rule highlights the hotel's strict control over personal behavior and its invasive measures to enforce conformity to its ideals. The restriction on self-pleasure is indicative of the hotel's overarching philosophy that individual desires and freedoms are secondary to societal expectations of partnership and procreation. The following day brings a glimpse of camaraderie in this unusual setting. At breakfast, David forms connections with two other guests, Robert and John, who, like him, are navigating the hotel's challenging landscape in search of companionship. Robert is distinguished by his lisp, and John is recognizable by his limp, physical traits they hope to find in female partners, believing that shared imperfections may lead to compatibility. This search for a partner based on matching flaws underscores the hotel's simplistic and reductionist approach to human relationships. Their observations of fellow guests reveal the variety of individuals drawn into the hotel's orbit. Among them are a woman prone to nosebleeds and another who exhibits a remarkable lack of emotion. These characters add to the tapestry of the hotel's population, each person marked by their unique characteristics or afflictions, yet none seem to match David, Robert, and John's specific criteria. This diversity illustrates the broad spectrum of human conditions and the challenges of finding companionship based on superficial similarities. An assembly provides a platform for guests to share their stories, offering insights into their backgrounds and the circumstances that led them to the hotel. John's story is particularly poignant, revealing a tragic visit to his mother, now a wolf, and the subsequent death of his wife. These narratives deepen our understanding of the guests, their personal journeys, and the desperation that drives them to conform to society's demands. The hotel orchestrates various activities designed to foster connections among guests, including a dance party. It is here that David attempts to bridge the gap between himself and the woman with the nosebleed, hoping to find some common ground. However, his efforts falter as he quickly realizes that their superficial differences outweigh any potential for a shared characteristic. This encounter reflects the awkward and often fruitless attempts to forge relationships under the hotel's artificial and constrained conditions. This expanded narrative delves deeper into the social dynamics within the hotel, highlighting the absurdity of its rules and the profound loneliness and desperation of its guests. Through David's interactions and the stories of those he meets, we gain further insight into the dystopian world of The Lobster, where the pursuit of companionship is fraught with challenges and shaped by the coercive forces of society. The narrative takes a darker turn as the hotel orchestrates a chilling expedition into the woods, targeting the loners, those who have chosen freedom and solitude over the draconian rules of the hotel and the threat of transformation. These individuals represent a defiance of the societal norms enforced by the hotel, preferring the uncertainties of independent living in the wilderness to the oppressive environment of forced partnerships. This hunt underscores the extreme measures the hotel employs to maintain control and eliminate any form of dissent or nonconformity, portraying a disturbing aspect of this dystopian society where even the desire for autonomy is met with aggression. Amidst this backdrop of conformity and coercion, the relationship between David and the emotionless woman evolves in a twisted manner. Her decision to feign death in a hot tub serves as a bizarre litmus test for David's emotional capacity. His impassive reaction convinces her of their mutual dispassion, laying the foundation for their relationship. This marks the beginning of their partnership, elevating them to a status that affords them certain luxuries within the hotel, such as private dining and leisure activities reserved for couples. Their relationship, however, is built on a precarious understanding of emotional compatibility, highlighting the artificiality and superficiality of connections formed under the hotel's influence. The precarious nature of their relationship is further tested when the woman becomes skeptical of David's emotional detachment. Her brutal act of killing Bob, David's dog and former brother, is a harrowing attempt to probe the depths of his feelings. This act of violence reveals the extreme lengths to which individuals are pushed to conform to or manipulate the expectations of emotional compatibility. David's grief, hidden away in the solitude of a bathroom, exposes the fragility of his facade and the genuine human emotions that lurk beneath the surface. The confrontation that ensues between David and the woman is fraught with desperation and deceit. David's use of a tranquilizer gun to incapacitate her before she can reveal his emotional breach to the hotel authorities underscores the high stakes involved in maintaining the appearance of compatibility. The hotel maid's decision to remain silent about the incident reflects the complex web of complicity and survival strategies that characters navigate within this oppressive system. These developments peel back further layers of the dystopian society depicted in The Lobster, exposing the violent enforcement of conformity, the artificial nature of relationships formed under duress, and the inherent human struggle to maintain individuality and genuine emotional connections in the face of systemic control. The narrative delves deep into the human psyche, challenging the viewer to reflect on the nature of love, the value of individuality, and the costs of societal conformity. David's grief and desire for retribution over his brother's death lead him to the brink of violence against the woman responsible. However, he chooses a path that reflects the twisted logic of the society they inhabit. With the complicity of the maid, they transport the unconscious woman to the transformation room, where she is turned into an animal. This act of vengeance is a stark reflection of the dehumanizing aspects of their world, where individuals are literally stripped of their humanity as punishment or revenge. David's subsequent escape from the hotel signifies a rejection of its oppressive regime, opting for the uncertainty of freedom over the false security of conformity. Upon entering the forest, David discovers that the loners, despite their rejection of the hotel's mandates, are subject to their own form of authoritarian control. The loner leader, mirroring the hotel manager's tyranny, imposes strict prohibitions on intimacy among her followers, punishing any transgressions with barbaric severity. This revelation underscores the theme that the desire for control and suppression of natural human inclinations can manifest in various forms, even among those who ostensibly oppose societal norms. David's integration into the loners introduces him to a new potential connection, a woman with black hair who shares his short-sightedness. Despite their mutual attraction, they are forced to navigate the loner leader's strictures, highlighting the universal challenge of seeking genuine connection under repressive conditions. Their bond is tested during a confrontation with a hotel guest, further illustrating the precariousness of their situation and the risks they face from both the hotel and their own group. The narrative then reveals a clandestine alliance between the hotel maid and the loner leader, driven by mutual dissatisfaction with their respective situations. This alliance, aiming to strike at the hotel, represents a convergence of interests between individuals from opposing sides, driven by a shared recognition of the oppressive systems that govern their lives. The planned assault on the hotel culminates in a harrowing demonstration of the fragility of relationships built within its walls. The demand for the manager's husband to prove his loyalty by shooting her, and his willingness to do so, exposes the hollowness and performative nature of the bonds formed under societal pressure. The unloaded gun serves as a grim metaphor for the lack of genuine emotional foundation in these relationships, emphasizing the film's critique of societal constructs around love and partnership. This segment of the narrative delves deeper into the complexities of rebellion and conformity, the search for authentic connections in a world that commodifies relationships, and the lengths to which individuals will go to assert their autonomy or enforce their vision of order. It paints a grim picture of the challenges facing those who seek to escape or reform the oppressive structures that dominate their lives, questioning the very nature of freedom and the cost of resistance. In a dramatic turn of events, the dynamics within the hotel and among the loners continue to unravel. David's confrontation with John and the nosebleed girl brings to light the artificiality of their supposed compatibility, further emphasizing the film's critique of the superficial basis on which relationships are often built in this dystopian society. This revelation, and the subsequent retreat of the loners back to the forest, highlights the fragile nature of the facades people construct to navigate the oppressive structures around them. The inclusion of the maid into the ranks of the loners symbolizes a continuing dissolution of the boundaries between those inside and outside the hotel's control, suggesting a broader discontent with the prevailing social order. As David and the short-sighted woman's relationship deepens, their desire to escape the oppressive environment of the loners becomes a testament to the human yearning for genuine connection and autonomy. However, the leader's betrayal, resulting in the woman's blindness, showcases the extreme lengths to which individuals in power will go to maintain control and punish deviation from their imposed norms. This act of cruelty not only serves as a pivotal moment in the narrative but also deepens the film's exploration of the themes of power, betrayal, and the resilience of human bonds in the face of adversity. The tragic mistake that leads to the hotel maid's death instead of the leader's, and the subsequent decision to allow the woman to return to David, introduces a complex layer of guilt, forgiveness, and mercy into the narrative. The woman's fear of rejection by David due to her blindness, and his decision to stay with her, underscores the depth of their connection, transcending the superficial criteria that their society imposes for compatibility. Their plot against the leader and the subsequent escape to the city mark a climax in their rebellion against the oppressive systems that have governed their lives. The scene in the diner, where David contemplates blinding himself to restore their commonality, raises profound questions about love, sacrifice, and the lengths to which individuals will go to preserve their bonds. The film's ambiguous ending, leaving David's decision unresolved, invites viewers to contemplate the nature of love and commitment in a world that often demands conformity at the expense of individuality and genuine connections. This open-ended conclusion serves as a powerful commentary on the human condition, challenging audiences to reflect on their values and the meaning of true compatibility. For more insights and breakdowns of intriguing films like this, don't forget to subscribe, turn on notifications, and leave a like to support the channel. Thank you for watching.